Alright, back here at Bulliam for the Scratch Division title match of the SoCal Doubles Classic. Packed field here at Bulliam Lanes. Kyle Reed and Dad Brian Reed have climbed the ladder to get to this point, but they got their hands full with Anthony Shannon and Ryan Lee, the top seeds, who led the field partially due to Anthony's 300 game earlier today, getting a $300 bonus from MSC, our terrific sponsor out here. Thank you, though. Reed's team is in trouble here. No strikes yet this match, and a little week 8 there for Ryan. They went spare, open, spare. Meanwhile, Shannon and Lee have gone strike, spare, double.
We're moving the table too much. Practice.
Alright, so Brian converted that week 8. Let's see what adjustment Kyle can make. He's going to bowl all the odd numbered frames, all on the left-hand lane. So essentially alternating frames here. See 6 there on that ball. Gets it to squish, gets the hit. Plenty of time left in this match, but if Anthony and Ryan can keep on throwing X's, I will retract that statement, because there will not be plenty of time left in that match. Anthony's 300, the only youth perfecto of the day. Justin Phillips Sr. had the only adult perfecto of the day on Route 66, which is now about Route 19, that it is blown out. Anthony with a little more ball speed, 5th arrow, and a ringing 10-pin. Yikes. 6 just accelerates over the top right-hand corner of that 10. What are you two doing over there?
I'm Ryan's professional.
Is that what's going on?
Follow me on Instagram.
Oh my goodness.
Follow me at JBT.
That's right. I like that a lot better.
Uh-oh.
Whoops, and an error there from Shannon. Breathes new life into Team Reed there. It's a bad whiff of that 10-pin.
Wow. I wasn't even about to whiff. I went to the channel.
A miss. Start of each tournament, we say, make your donuts. Yes. I like that. And now, Brian will have a chance to step up here and make it a 1-pin match. Let's see if Lee can recover for his team. 10 in the pit. Anthony should go over there and give him a big high 10. This is such a momentum game when you're bowling partners. Well, he gives him a low 5 instead of a high 10. All right, we'll have to take that. Anthony can get down on himself really quickly, so it's important for Ryan to keep his teammate pumped up here and say, hey, bud, I got you. I'll take care of this. Huge shot for Brian here. We learned last year just how competitive Brian was. Boy. And you see when the track blows out like it has, how difficult they are. Brian doesn't have a lot of rotation. He gets it in, almost 8 10s. He gets it just a pinch further right, and 4-6. It's overhook and it's early hook in the track right now, so you gotta. When you have low rotation, I'm not sure quite what you do next.
Zach, you should have put main event 26.
Dang it. Smart to take the 1. You don't know what's going to happen in this match. So the lead balloons to 23 for Anthony and Ryan. Anthony got so nervous during his 300 that his hair turned gray. He aged like 19 years in 12 frames. Poor guy.
It's called the Shannon Cannon.
This is what now?
The Shannon Cannon.
Oh, I like that. I believe it. It's appropriate. Kyle owns 2 JBT titles in his 53-year JBT career. Yes, he is the junior on this team. Pretty shot there. Bowls for GCU now, getting a lot of experience there. He sees burnout dry shots every week in college bowling. So this is not foreign to him whatsoever, as Anthony is going to take a re-rack and a few more gray hairs poke up during that delay. Bing, bing! He may start losing his hair. That would be a shame. Enormous shot. Every shot's enormous in the title match. You only get 5 frames in Baker to zone in on your lane. It's execution and teamwork and guesswork. Whoa! How many degrees can a pin rotate without it falling off? And it's going to fall off now, which is a problem. We're going to have to get that re-spot. Can somebody run back there and get it? Tyler Handa to the rescue. Run! Run, Tyler, run! Huge crowd waiting, as you can see. All these guys are waiting to bowl team.
Grace, your order is ready. Grace, your order is ready.
Wait for him to re-spot that 10 pin now.
There you go.
I'm sorry, we failed to get Costa, who's always on camera, so there we go. This will make the website later, I'm sure, but look at this shirt. Stay away from my pizza. I am staying away from the pizza, sir. Look at that shirt. Can you see it? That's pretty damn cool right there.
Maybe it feels like 16 and falling at him like a pillow.
So, yeah. So talk about icing the kicker. As it so happens in bowling, the pin you miss is the next pin you leave. You miss it once, now he's got to wait 30 seconds and think about it. But because of that open from Reed, they are not comfortably ahead, but they're ahead in the match, so it's a little less pressure. Meanwhile, Ryan is saying prayers in 2 languages down there. I say that because he attacks the YouTube ends up like half Korean letters. I'm like, what? There you go! Well, if it's the Shannon Cannon, I don't know what Ryan's nickname is, but these are 2 guys that just throw a monster ball with their thumb in it, go figure. Does he have one?
I don't think so.
Should get him one.
It's Dying Ryan.
What?
It's Dying Ryan.
Why? We need more context here. And that,
Pins are dying.
I don't know what Ryan did that Anthony didn't, but that pin wobbled just as much, but it decided to keel over.
They're dying to
He's not throwing
Ryan.
a pillow.
Ah.
Ryan.
So they're going at a 197 pace, strike spare the rest of the way. The Reeds can still strike out for 214. So anybody's game, but obviously a key shot here. And what adjustment will Brian make, or should Brian make? I might suggest balling up, ironically, and going way deeper, because I don't think, even at his rev rate, he can keep anything in the track. If he does ball up, he's going to need something to get around the corner. There is no way that that ball can be in the track at 30 feet and stay right of the headband. Or any ball. You could throw a watermelon down there, it's going to hook to the fence. Actually, a watermelon probably wouldn't hook. It's kind of
Probably would. It probably could have.
wobble and get on its side and then go to the other lane. But it would be delicious.
All the videos, 90%
Quick grip change. Now the best Team Reed can do is 194. And it's going to be up to Brian to get whatever they need in the 10th if they're lucky enough to get to that spot. So I think it's big trouble for the Reeds here. Woo! Slides that 6-pin over. Kyle doesn't strike here. Anthony and Ryan can win even with an open. We would call this must-strike territory.
I thought Daniel
I thought Daniel was paying for me too.
Damn, Daniel.
Really?
A little bit extra time from Reed. Hey, big thanks to Al and the whole team here at Bowling for hosting us. Packed house today. Always enjoyed coming out here to Montclair. Now Kyle. 9th frame, 6th arrow.
Uh-oh, that's inside.
Will he get the break? He does. Tremendous break, keeps them alive in this match. He doesn't have to worry about the next adjustment because there ain't one. Unless there's a roll-off, ...
Not.
We had so many ties last week in Phoenix. It would take Anthony and Ryan screwing up to make a tie at this point. I don't see a screw up here. Ring and 10, another ring and 10. I think 10 are going to fall down this time. See if we can make a great shot one more time and ice this.
Get it, Anthony.
Look out. Oh! You don't need solid 10s. Just go and trip the 4-9 out of the rack anyway.
Big B.
Won't worry about solid 10 that time.
Big B.
That's a winning shot there is what that most likely is.
It's the air.
Old man Shannon. Old Gray. Ryan needs to avoid catastrophe to lock up the titles. Anthony's only other win on our tour is at the team event here last year, so Ryan puts his hands up. He knows that's good enough. The crowd oohs and ahs, but that's, let me see, he does need to spare it to avoid the possibility of a tie. 9 out is 194. Reed would need 3 in the 10th for 194.
Kyle, 54 years.
Almost premature on my part there until I hit the brakes. Up rather quickly at this 10. He's got it, I think, or not. Well, here we go. I thought he had it. The ball rolled over at the end and missed it by a hair. 2 9 outs leave them at the 194 we just talked about. And from out of literally nowhere, it doesn't feel like they've been within 60 pins in this match. And Brian Reed has to figure out a way to get all 3 in the 10th, and he can't be more lost than he is right now.
Maybe he didn't run out on that line.
Yeah, perhaps. It's a really good point by Clifford. If it matters, we're going to talk about that again here. This would be monumental if Reed can find out a way to strike even once here. If you get that first one, sometimes that momentum gets you going to the next 2. He finds a way. Oh, those 60 years of bowling experience coming through for Brian Reed there. And what Clifford said was maybe Ryan shouldn't have put his arms up in the air after the first ball. Right? That was what he said, right? Because you're mentally taking yourself out of it at that point, thinking you don't need it anymore. Anthony now is trying to console Ryan here, and they both need to keep their heads in this game because we could well have a 1-ball roll-off. Even though it's a doubles tournament, the tiebreaker is still a 1-shot roll-off, so they'll have to designate who throws that shot. And Ryan and Anthony would have those options. First things first, Reed needs 2 more hits.
Cannot be this position.
Follow through's great. You better believe it. Either way in this last shot, I am so impressed with this 10th frame out of Brian. And by the way, you think these guys don't want it for their kids? This is a quote-unquote little junior tournament on a Saturday night in California, and he is as into this as he's been into anything, I guarantee you.
That is like pleasure to hear.
So what it did, he stole it, he took it in the same place, and it looked like he took even more off the ball. Just kind of doing what William and James were doing over in a handicap, just a low rev, rocket to the pocket.
No, they can push it.
Yeah, I know, but then...
Here we go.
Holy crap.
Oh my goodness. Gave it everything he had, just couldn't get that ball to push one more time. 194 to 192 is your final. Duct tape will be flying everywhere momentarily. He gave it his all. We're impressed, 4 talented bowlers, but Ryan, look at that, I'm exhausted.
Follow us at Ohio
Anthony and Ryan, come away with it.
Follow us at Ohio Bowling.
Hey guys, let's do it all over again for the next 5 hours. Sound good? Sound good? Sound good? Let's do it.